Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a great weekend. I quickly wanted to talk about three memory stocks that have been booming this year in 2026, and that's Micron, SanDisk, and Western Digital. Starting off with Micron, the quarterly revenue for 2026 surpassed the estimated $11.8 billion, and instead in quarter one it reached a total of $13.6 billion, and in quarter two it reached $23 billion, which is insane. Micron's factory focus has primarily been on developing high bandwidth memory, and its entire factory supply for 2026 is completely sold out. And that's crazy because it's not even halfway into 2026 yet. A couple pros about investing into Micron as of right now. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I simply pass you this information and you guys do with it what you want. The AI demand has been pretty high, so that's definitely been a reason why the Micron stock has gone up, because all these companies are buying the Micron high bandwidth memory and they're probably putting it into their databases or using it with the semiconductors like Nvidia or AMD. It's also one of the leading manufacturers of high bandwidth memory. The semiconductor supply chains have also been able to recover because of what's going on with Iran and some of the geopolitical tensions going on in the world, so that's also played a role into Micron's growth. And lastly, Micron's also based in the US, so I would say it's in a pretty good spot. It's better to be based in the US compared to China, Taiwan, Middle East, or even Russia, just because of what's going on with the US and all these other countries. So I'd say it's in a safe spot. Some of the cons when it comes to Micron is that the memory chip market is very volatile. You'll have some days where the stock will drop 10, 15%, but you'll have other days to where it'll jump 10 to 15%. It's something you have to be aware of as an investor. There's also a chance that semiconductor supply chains could be restricted because of the war that the US is currently dealing with when it comes to them in Iran, plus other countries that may get into the mix of this. So that's also something to be aware of. I like to see it as, okay, if the semiconductor production goes down, that potentially means that there may be less of a demand for memory. Micron is also spending a good amount of money to build and upgrade their factories, which could cause their capital expenditures to take a big hit. And at the end of the day, it really depends on the progression of AI and its data centers. Now I want to talk a little bit about Western Digital and SanDisk. Western Digital is a hard disk drive type of company, whereas SanDisk focuses on NAND flash memory. One, I would say, is a bit more safer, and that's Western Digital. It kind of encompasses its business around cloud enterprises. Not the primary demand for AI like SanDisk, but it's a lot more consistent and it's a lot less risky compared to SanDisk. But at the same time, SanDisk can give you more rewards. So that's just something to think about. I wanted to put this infographic up so you guys could compare both and make that decision on your own if you choose to invest in Western Digital or SanDisk. Now I want to talk about the stock price for each individual company and what I'm personally doing. I'll start off with Micron. Micron is currently at about $724 per share, and it's jumped 193% in the last 6 months. Recently, it's been on a decline, but I'm still putting money into this stock. I'm dollar cost averaging because it is at a very, very high number. Even though the financial analysts estimate that it'll hit 1,000, you never want to assume that. But at the same time, I don't want to sit on the sidelines during this era of time. I could look back on this and be like, wow, I remember when Micron was $724, and now look at the price now, or maybe it'll split soon, who knows. I'm continuing to dollar cost average. I'm probably only putting between $50 to $100 into this company a month. I invest a total of about $1,100 a month in all the stocks I invest in, so that's about 5 to 10% of my monthly investments go into Micron. The next company I want to talk about is Western Digital, which is at $482 a share. In the past 6 months, this stock has jumped 205%, and it's currently at a decline, just like Micron. When it comes to this, I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm only putting about $20 to $50 a month into this company, which is 2 to 5% of my initial investment each month. And the reason why is because this company is also at a high. And when it comes to companies that are all-time highs, my rule is that I never put all my eggs in a basket when it comes to this. I've done this when it came to Supermicro, when it came to CoreWeave, even Nvidia. it's a very high risk play. Even investing in individual stocks is a high risk play. I'm a very patient person and I'm able to deal with volatility relatively easy. The last company I want to talk about is SanDisk. It is at a whopping $1,400 a share. In the past 6 months, it's grown 453% and it's currently at a sharp decline. Once again, I'm dollar cost averaging. All three of these companies are at about all-time highs, 52-week highs, and I'm not going to be like, okay, these 6 months, they've grown this much percent, therefore, let me just put all my money in it. That's not how it works with me. It's nice that it's growing, but at the end of the day, I'd rather put in a little bit of money and it grows a little bit than to put in a lot of money and to lose a lot. The market's very volatile when it comes to this. Any type of article you see out there that talks about an AI bubble or a company missing earnings or this or that, it's just because that's how people react when it comes to headlines and whatnot. But as long as you stay committed and you believe in the company and you look at the numbers and it makes sense to you, why not put $20 to $50 in any of these three companies or all three of these companies and to see what happens? Develop your small little memory ETF of your own. But at the end of the day, I recommend that you just do your research, take this information, and use it to come to a conclusion. I'm not a financial advisor. I've sat on the sidelines. I've been a part of many stock events in my 3 to 4 years of investing. I'm really starting to lock in, and I'm really starting to slowly build my portfolio. At the end of the day, I'm a long-term investor, and my goal is to reach $1 million by the time I'm 40. I'm 27 now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Like and subscribe. Many more content to come. I look forward to dropping these videos, and I enjoy dropping these videos for you guys. But have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.